Welcome to my walkthrough for The Consequence, my friends. This is the second DLC episode released for The Evil Within. It contains 2 chapters and it follows the story of the previous chapter. Once again, we will be playing as Julie Kidman. In this walkthrough I will show you once again the location of all the collectibles, and there are quite a few of them to pick up during this first chapter. So I hope you enjoy the walkthrough, and I'll be back once the gameplay starts.
Do your past secrets haunt you? Do you wish to tell them, but something holds you back?
Come back, kid. You have a job to do.
No! Stop! Get away from me!
Stop running.
Is it over? I'm back?
Agent Kidman?
Yeah, I highly doubt that we'd be back so soon, but as soon as we leave this room we're actually going to turn back inside, because the first collectible is inside this room.
No. Where is this place?
We're in the same area where Sebastian came to save his game and open the lockers, so we're kind of inside the Beacon Mental Hospital. That's the combination for the safe, but it changes from game to game, so it doesn't mean that your combination will be the same. And this collectible is actually fairly easy to miss, because you wouldn't think of turning back around and get back inside this room.
Are we awake?
Hey, you! What's going on? Where is this place?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that.
Are you kidding me? Ugh, a waste of time.
Hey! I know you're out there!
Do you have any idea why this world is the way it is? Hate. Hate. Ruvik's hate. The man's consumed by it. He wants out! Wants to get his revenge! He wants back what he feels the world took from him.
He said precisely the same thing that he said to Sebastian.
How does he know about
I guess they didn't feel like introducing a new dialogue scene.
Despite our powerful benefactors, with this much collateral damage, it's only a matter of time before people start to take notice. KCPD has been dropping by, a female officer. I don't remember her name. Regardless, the police are not something I should be involved with. Mobius says they will take care of it and make an effort to ensure KCPD leave us alone. Then there is the reporter from the Crimson Post, Ivan something or other. He has become a personal annoyance. He barely qualifies as a tabloid journalist, writing cover stories about tales of church sacrifices and other nonsense. But now he's being persistent about the missing patients claim. I'll be damned if he is the man who brings Beacon down. It seems that Reuben could be useful for other forms of problem solving. Perhaps I can interest this reporter in an exclusive interview.
Okay, well, that explains how Ivan, the reporter, got stuck here. That's something that I always wondered. In the main campaign, the way he appears, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, but at least that's explained now.
If I'm still here,
So that's good.
he must be too.
And before we move on ahead, there's one more small cutscene for us to witness.
Too bad they dragged you into this. But either way, you're mine. To do with as I please.
I don't quite understand how
Sebastian.
Kidman would be able to see what's going on with Sebastian.
Damn it, he doesn't have
But,
anything
oh well.
to do with this.
So let's turn around now, and we're going towards the locker area. So there's the creepy light lady. We'll have to deal with her during this chapter, but not quite yet, so we don't have to worry yet.
People are suffering, hopeless, just as you were before we saved you. Mobius can now do the same for everyone. STEM is a machine designed to connect everyone's subconscious, and whoever is at the center has the power to influence them. There couldn't be a better tool to change the world, to lead. Society needs a curator, and Mobius will be just that, ushering in the next step of humanity.
We must have that boy. He will enable us to change everything.
I'll come back with him.
I needn't remind you the consequences for failure.
That dude is pretty tall.
But if Ruvik leaves with him,
But finally we can
must
move
be
on.
some way to stop him.
There are a lot of cutscenes to start off this chapter,
Something's pulled.
but they do explain the story a little bit, so I guess we can't really complain. And we're about to witness another cutscene.
While it is theoretically possible for a host to overwrite themselves on a user, the odds of compatibility are astronomical.
But the boy, Leslie, you're saying he's a compatible subject.
Yes, and based on Ruben's notes, the stem should be able to run with Leslie as its source.
I need you to do tests. Determine what must be done to make him the blank slate we need.
They knew what Leslie was capable of. Damn it, why would they hide that from me?
You know, looking at the STEM system, more and more I find it very similar to the Matrix, kind of. I know the
We had a stem term.
idea is a little bit different here,
lowest
but
floor.
they're still all plugged into a machine which is powered up by Ruvik's brain, so it actually reminds me a lot of the Matrix.
If Leslie's in
And when you think about it, most people who are connected to the machine aren't even aware that they're connected to the machine, so it actually kind of makes sense. I think that's a fair comparison to make. So in this area we're going to encounter the first haunted. Now you can run after the guy and he will actually not disappear from the map if you do so. However, if you wait a little bit, that guy miraculously disappears, so you don't really need to worry about him. But I verified that if you do run after him, then he won't disappear from the map and he will attack you. But why would you do that? You know, there's no point. And we just lost our flashlight.
Can barely
Now I
see
guess this
anything
is the
here.
alternative.
Chemical lights.
It's very convenient how we
Better than nothing, I guess.
find an alternative light source as soon as we lose our flashlight. And I don't know where Kidman is storing up all of these lights. Now you can't avoid taking damage here from this enemy. Unfortunately, no matter what I do, this guy always grabs Kidman's leg, so I've tried sneaking past him, I've tried running past him, I've tried kicking him. It doesn't really seem to work. That guy will always grab you. Kidman recovers her health, but that's why I didn't put no damage in the title of this video, because effectively I did take damage there. And who knows, there might be a way to get past that guy without taking damage. I couldn't figure it out, but if you guys know of a way to pass by him without taking damage, then feel free to share. But that's the only reason why I didn't include no damage on the title, even though from this point on I will make sure that Kidman doesn't take any more damage. So on the next parts I will be putting no damage on the title. So we have to keep throwing these lights to light up our path. Only 3 lights can be lit at the same time, so but we really won't need them anymore after this sequence. there's going to be, let me just throw another one, there's going to be a lot of haunted who will follow Kidman, but we can easily avoid them. This first chapter, aside from the light lady fight, really isn't that hard. It's really more of a stealth operation, and I feel that with the consequence, or at least with this first chapter, I do feel that it's actually like you're mostly watching a movie even, because they have a bunch of cutscenes which explain the plot of the game a little bit better. But in terms of action, there's not a lot going on. But in this area you do need to be careful, because there's going to be two haunted. You don't want to go through the door, otherwise you will be caught by a haunted, so instead you want to use this hair duct to pass through the other side, and now you can calmly run up the steps and you can get out of here. So really that's the only hard sequence for this very first part of the walkthrough. And we still have a little bit to go before we can get the next collectible, but this is going to conclude this first segment, my friends. In the next part we are going to battle the light lady, and that is going to be a little bit hard, so I'm going to take a small break here.
Systems were previously shut down incorrectly.
I hope you find this walkthrough useful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you keep following the series, and we'll see just how it ends. But for now, this is it. So I'll see you all later. Take care, my friends.